Three questions are sending shockwaves through the Ferrari paddock right now. How did Lewis Hamilton immediately unlock pace in the SF25 that their own drivers couldn't find all season? Why are Ferrari engineers calling this a different car after just one practice session? And what does it mean when a 7-time world champion arrives at Monza carrying a 5-place grid penalty but still looks more dangerous than ever? The answers to these questions reveal a story that no one at Maranello saw coming, not even Ferrari themselves. From the very first lap of free practice 1 at Monza, something extraordinary was happening. This wasn't the gradual adaptation process everyone expected. Hamilton didn't just show up to the Temple of Speed as a new Ferrari driver. He showed up like he'd been driving the SF25 for years. The numbers tell the story. Fastest overall in FP1. Not close to fastest, definitively fastest. But here's what shocked Ferrari's engineers. Hamilton achieved this while carrying 3 to 4 kilometers per hour more mid-corner speed through the Variante della Roggia than anyone had managed all season. This is Ferrari's known weak spot, the section where the SF25 has struggled with balance and stability throughout 2024. One senior Ferrari engineer was overheard saying, "It feels like we're watching a different car." And the telemetry data backed up that disbelief. Hamilton's first timed lap on medium tires was already within striking distance of the top times. No hesitation on turn-in, no mid-corner corrections, no nervous rear end that had plagued Ferrari at Zandvoort and Hungary just weeks before. Then came the statement lap. When Hamilton bolted on the soft tires at the end of FP1, his approach was methodical. His first sector wasn't even purple, he had margin in hand. But the second sector was perfection. Both Lesmos taken with a precision that Ferrari simply hadn't achieved all season. Through Ascari, clean with no twitch. Then flat through Parabolica, drawing gasps from the garage. Purple middle sector, fastest lap of the session. Hamilton on top. But Friday's practice sessions revealed something even more concerning for Ferrari's rivals. Because what happened in FP2 proved this wasn't just a one-off qualifying run. Hamilton had found something in the SF25 that could change everything about Ferrari's championship fight. FP2 is typically where reality sets in. Higher track temperatures, more fuel in the cars, trickier conditions. This is where drivers and teams discover the truth about their race pace. Hamilton deliberately chose a different path than his rivals. While Max Verstappen and Lando Norris focused on short-run pace for qualifying preparation, Hamilton loaded the SF25 Heavy with fuel and requested a full race simulation. The results were staggering. His average pace over a 10-lap run on medium tires showed virtually no drop-off, staying within 0.2 lap to lap. To understand how significant this is, you need to know Ferrari's biggest weakness all season: inconsistency over long runs, rear tire degradation, balance shifting unpredictably after 5 or 6 laps, chewing through rubber faster than their competitors. But at Monza, Hamilton delivered a sequence of laps that looked machine perfect. Lap 3, lap 5, lap 8, each one mirrored the last. Engineers watching the telemetry exchanged looks of disbelief and even double-checked the fuel settings to ensure there hadn't been a mistake. The straight-line speed data was equally impressive. With Ferrari's new ultra-low drag rear wing, Hamilton's car was clocked at over 348 kilometers per hour down the main straight during race simulations, consistently 2 to 3 kilometers per hour faster than Verstappen's Red Bull and matching McLaren's top speeds. But here's the crucial detail. He wasn't sacrificing corner stability to achieve it. His exit speed through Lesmo 2 was consistently 246 kilometers per hour, lap after lap. This performance forced Ferrari to confront an uncomfortable truth about their season. Because Hamilton's teammate was watching all of this unfold, and his response revealed just how dramatically the dynamic inside Ferrari was shifting. Charles Leclerc was left to admit something rare in Formula One. He conceded that Hamilton had found something in the second and third sectors that he couldn't quite match. For Leclerc to acknowledge this at Monza, Ferrari's home race, his home circuit, signals just how seriously Ferrari were taking Hamilton's feedback. The contrast was stark. While Leclerc looked quick over single qualifying laps, Hamilton looked unshakable over race stints. This difference in approach had become a defining characteristic of their partnership. Hamilton was treating the SF25 like an old friend, finding stability and consistency that had eluded Ferrari all season. Behind the scenes, the mood in Ferrari's garage had completely shifted. Engineers who typically end Friday practice sessions with extensive lists of balance issues and setup problems were left questioning what needed adjusting. The car that had been nervous and unpredictable at Zandvoort just 2 weeks earlier was now flowing through Monza's challenging layout, with Hamilton extracting performance that seemed almost effortless. In the technical debrief, conversations changed from damage limitation to strategic advantage. Engineers who had spent months trying to mask the SF25's flaws were suddenly discussing tire offset strategies, race pace windows, and how to use Hamilton's consistency to control Sunday's race flow. But perhaps the most telling aspect of Hamilton's Monza performance was his reaction to carrying a 5-place grid penalty, because instead of seeing it as a setback, Hamilton appeared to be treating it as an opportunity that could make him even more dangerous on Sunday. Hamilton's 5-place grid penalty from Zandvoort was supposed to be a significant disadvantage. Even a pole position would only guarantee 6th on the starting grid. But watching Hamilton's approach during Friday practice revealed a different mindset entirely. He wasn't fighting for pole position. He was preparing for war on Sunday. His long-run pace suggested he could cut through the field with strategic precision rather than desperate moves. His consistency indicated that Ferrari might finally avoid their season-long pattern of risky tire gambles and questionable strategy calls. Most importantly, his confidence suggested that penalty or not, Sunday could still belong to him. The emotional backdrop added another dimension. Monza isn't just a circuit, it's Ferrari's cathedral of speed, their spiritual home. Hamilton was experiencing this atmosphere in Ferrari red for the first time, and the Tifosi responded as if he had always belonged. Every purple sector time drew roars from the grandstands. Banners reading "Benvenuto a casa Lewis" appeared throughout the crowd. Inside the garage, Hamilton remained methodical. No wild celebrations, no premature victory claims. Instead, he pored over degradation graphs with his performance engineer Johannes Haas, discussed brake temperatures, and analyzed energy deployment patterns on the straights. His radio communications were calm, almost cheerful, a sharp contrast to the frustration that had dominated much of his season. As Saturday's qualifying approaches, the conversation around Ferrari has fundamentally changed. No longer are they hoping to cling to top 5 finishes or minimize damage against Red Bull and McLaren. Hamilton's Friday performance has positioned Ferrari to potentially control their home Grand Prix, grid penalty notwithstanding. The data suggests Hamilton has found the key to unlocking the SF25's potential at power circuits. His ability to maintain consistent pace over race distance while preserving tire life could prove decisive not just at Monza, but at upcoming venues where straight-line speed matters. One thing is certain, Hamilton hasn't just given Ferrari hope for Sunday. He's given them belief that their championship fight is far from over. The question now isn't whether Ferrari can compete, but whether Hamilton can deliver on the promise that Friday's practice sessions revealed. And if Monza is any indication, Sunday could mark the beginning of Ferrari's most serious title challenge in years. What do you think? Can Hamilton overcome his grid penalty and deliver Ferrari their first home victory in years? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more F1 analysis.